with that good-looking fella over there, Mr. Leon Cormack. We're going live on air shortly. Back in the 90s, there was an enigma that existed in the south of Tenerife. And it was this pair of brothers who were famous. They'd been on television and they'd done a load of bits and pieces, and they were called Brother to Brother. I went down to Kaliosavaki one day to an event it was in a bar in an afternoon. And these two guys walked in. Now, one of them he's like an Adonis, a dark-haired Adonis, all right? And behind him, there was his younger brother who had a long blonde ponytail and he just looked a little bit less confident than the Adonis. And it was about the same size as two straws that had been put into a t-shirt. And everybody was kind of wowed, like, there they are. There they are. It's Aaron and Leon. It's Aaron and Leon. And we're going to come sort of 30 plus years later, and I am sat in the studio in front of one of those people, Mr. Leon Cormack.
How's it going, mate? It's good to see you, man. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's lovely.
I was blown away that I know it's got on your show, mate. Blown away, yeah. Wait to see you.
When we call it my show, I think I've just been given something to look after.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to explain this as an analogy earlier. It's like I used to fly a glider, right. and now they've got this Dreamliner and said, there you go, fly that.
You're doing well, mate. You're doing well. I couldn't do that, tell you that.
Keep it in
all
the
these
air.
Buttons.
How have you been?
All good, mate. All good, yeah. Back to normal again, thank God.
Well, as normal as life gets, I suppose, for us over here. But it's there's so much I can talk to you about. But let's start off with your T's nomination. Nominated this year for Best DJ. You've also, like Mark, you've been nominated in quite a few categories over the years, haven't you?
Yeah, in the past, yeah. A few little things. Will and Aaron was over here as well. We do as a band, and then the Dubliner band, and outstanding contribution was a great thing to win for me and my brother. That was
a massive nod.
Yeah, I love that.
You could almost have just retired from it at that point and gone, my work here is done.
No, it's such a nice, an honour to have, you know.
But you've got so many strings in your bow, like literally you've got so many strings in your bow. I can list them. So I remember, as I said, when I first knew you were part of Brother to Brother, and you'd had commercial success musically. Yeah. I then remember when you went to Bobby's and started DJing. So this was a new thing.
Good old days. I love that.
Yeah, you were about to become a DJ.
Yeah.
So I remember Leon Cormack, he started, DJ Leon starts at Bobby's, Scott Anderson.
Yeah.
It was just after Alfie, the Highlander as well. And it right at the end of it, Steve Foster.
Yeah. Legends.
Yeah. And fast forward then, you're producing music and you've had commercial UK success, particularly through the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The garage scene,
yeah,
Scott and Leon.
Yes, that's exactly when we released, yeah.
You've done your own stuff. You're close personal friends with Todd Terry. You know, Todd, want to come round? There's a picture of you and Todd in your apartment.
It's not quite like that, but yeah, you've got to know
That's the way it looks to the world. That's the way it looks to the world. Has Todd Terry used your bathroom?
Yes, he has.
That's a beautiful thing. So few people can say that. But you're also, you can now be seen singing. You can be seen DJing.
Yeah.
You literally, what is it like to just be perfect?
No, that'd be silly. I mean, Jesus Christ, nobody's. Oh yeah, thanks very much. No, do you know what it is? It's about music. I just love doing music and love doing everything. You know what I mean? I've been so fortunate. The bars, accept me to do DJing, accept me to do singing. I just love music in general. I always have done since an early age, and it's just a pleasure to do it. You know.
But when you say they accept you, they're not accepting you and going, "Oh no, we'll put up with him." It's because you're really good at everything you do.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Just like a lot of the artists over here. I mean, there's so much talent on this island. It blows me away. I always say on this island, I've always been blown away. I've been all around the world, but it's like here is just such a great mix of talent all in one island. It's amazing.
Do you feel that it's sometimes not appreciated?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah,
there's a stigma attached.
I think it's underrated, Tenerife, the artists. Definitely, I think so.
If you look back, I mean, you were part of the UK garage scene, late 90s, early 90s.
Yeah,
everybody.
2000,
yeah, 2000. So everybody was pointing Iron Apple.
Yeah.
But you were producing stuff out of Tenerife.
Yeah. I was doing stuff. We got signed in the UK, me and Scott. But I was always doing stuff out and about. But Spotify's kind of opened it up worldwide, so you can try and touch all these different countries, which is a nice thing without traveling.
I was going to try and sit here and quote numbers for your Spotify streams, and I got lost. I've got to be honest with you. And I'm not really a statistician.
No.
But you're up in the
No, like I say, I'm the same as well. But when you start to, I mean, it's not. I don't find any of these stats out. It's Scott. He's more like the managing side and finds out all the figures. But he sends me to it again. I think, and I think, do I put it up or don't I? And I think, why not? It's a good achievement. So I put it up, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah,
100%. Of all the tracks that you've done over the years, what's your favourite?
I mean, I even always say, Used to Hold Me is one of our flagship records. I love that record. But I've done a few new things with. I did one with Chase Chesterman Jr. and it was amazing. A great track, Alexander O'Neill track. I really like that, like a two-step garage thing. But I've been trying to, going into different things, doing a bit of R&B, working with other artists, doing like pop records and stuff like that. I love everything. It's hard to say which is my favorite. But I think Cake by the Ocean is, I was, you make the records, but sometimes I listen and I cringe at bits and I wish I had changed this and changed that. There's nothing worse. And you hear it on the radio every day. You think, oh, God, I've left that mistake in. And I can notice it, but no one else can. No. So it's one of them. But Cake by the Ocean was pretty much hit the nail on the head. I was proud of it. I couldn't fault it. No. But others I could, what I've made.
Yeah, do you find that you are your world's biggest critic?
Yeah, proper. I'm always like analysing what I do, and I don't, I say this always could be better.
How much stuff is currently sat in your locker, in your folder, that you have not released to the world because you don't think it's good enough, whereas the rest of us would probably turn around and go, that's amazing?
Yeah, it's fun. I heard that the other day. Someone came up and said, it was a meme, and it said, all them producers sitting out there, it's like... That was it. David Guetta's got #1 in the world, hasn't he? With it, I'm blue. Well, that it was like a little video. I think it was on TikTok, and it was they released it. Eiffel 65, whatever they call, and they released it, and then it was an absolute flop. And then about 5 years later, then they went platinum, and then it's been left now for nearly 20 years. And David Guetta's picked it up, but they first. They put it out and there was no reaction. Now all of a sudden that Bebe, she's called, she sang it, or whoever her name is.
Yeah.
She did a little video and it hit 20 million with her miming it. So then they sod it, they put it out. So Sonny agreed to put it out, and now it's #1 in every country in the world. It's mental.
Craziness.
Yeah, it's crazy how it works. I mean, like you say, I'm saying that I've got stuff in the studio that people come up to me and said, "This is amazing, put it out." I mean, that if it wasn't for Scott, Used to Hold Me would have been still on that tape in my studio, because he listened and go, "Oh, this is a banger." But I just thought it was another demo, I wasn't blown away by it.
I love the fact that you've just made reference to a DAT tape. That's the first time that's come up in conversation for 25 years.
My God, yeah.
Blimey. Yeah. So you're up this year for Best DJ, which I believe you won last.
I think I was fortunate to win it last year. It was very, very appreciated. But it's like these last 2 years have been, some good DJs in there, So I was really proud to be next to all those DJs, and especially this one as well.
I'm going to address something that potentially could be seen as controversial, and I'm not saying this loaded. Yeah. Over the years, the DJ category took a bit of stick because nominees weren't necessarily DJs. They were party DJs. They were entertainers. They weren't mixers, if you want, for a better term. Yeah. And there was always a bit, don't get me wrong, people will find conflict in anything, particularly if they've not been nominated or they're not involved. There's always the naysayers. But DJ category was always a bit of a tough one. Do you feel that the Tenerife scene has changed and we're back? Because when I first started, I came into the island as a mixing DJ and had to learn to become a party DJ. Yeah. Then it seemed to go through a spell of party DJs were everywhere. And now it seems to have gone back to mixing DJs. Yeah,
it has. You're right. It's changed. And it's like before when I was nominated to be in there, I didn't feel that I shouldn't have been in there. The reason is because all the others were DJs every single night working. You know what I mean? I wasn't. I was just doing festivals, but I was so appreciated that to nominate me. But it's like I saw it as like I'm not on the circuit every night, working all the time. And I wasn't. I was doing every now and again. But this time, it's nice to be like I'm around all the other club DJs, but also, people that do play festivals and stuff. So it's nice to be in. And the reason is that was what I was going to say. I'm doing Wakanda now every Friday, and when I'm doing Monkey Beach on a Friday, and then I do Wakanda Friday night and then Sunday. So I'm DJing more now. You know what I mean? So I think okay, it's it's good to be in the category because it's. I'm working every night like everyone else is,
And it wasn't meant as a derogatory comment towards anybody that's been nominated over the last few years. But I think when I saw the lineup this year and last year, and I went,
not at all.
The lineup that you're up against, the other boys are all fantastic DJs.
Definitely 100%.
And I have seen them all work. And I've seen them work over the years, and some have been here longer than others. But it was nice when I looked at the lineup and went, I've seen Chibsy play. He's
big shout out Chibs listening.
Oh yeah, he's probably got he's got a following, hasn't he? Like Chibs, he comes with an entourage.
He's the man
wherever he goes. He genuinely is like that. He goes. He's like the Pied Piper. I've seen it. I've seen videos on Facebook where he goes out for an evening stroll and he starts off on his own, and by the end of it, there's like 13 people following behind him.
I've seen photos on Facebook. He's always got his entourage trotting behind him.
He is a very popular man. He's a very popular man. He's a lovely lad. He's a good lad. He's a great lad to get stuck on a cruise ship with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've done that.
Brilliant.
No, it was
wish I was on that one.
Yeah, no. Well, do you know what? That was good fun. But you've got to be pleased to have been nominated again this year.
I am 100%. Yeah, I'm very, very appreciative, and it's lovely to be, people to vote for. You know what I mean? And nominate you, sorry, rather.
You'll be there on the day, I'm assuming.
Yes, I will be. Yeah, I'll be there.
If one of the other boys takes it, are you going to be secretly crying, or are you going to be happy?
Not at all, because it's like I say. I mean, like you say, every year the DJs have been worthy of being in it, but it's nice to see the more club sort of DJs and festivals, good mix. So, it's a good competition. You know what I mean? Do
you feel that the venues in Tenerife have changed and they've moved around to going back to the club style of DJing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, even places like Lava, I do early doors, and then later after 11 o'clock, it's absolutely jumping. And Veronica's is the busiest I've seen it since 2000. It's crazy.
It's been a long time coming.
I remember them days. Coming out of Bobby's, and it was like that. It was like it's crazy. It's packed again. It's back to the old days. I can't believe it.
Do you know what? And it's I think it's an age thing, and it probably wouldn't be on my radar to go to Veronica's, but I think I probably need to go and have.
Yeah, you got to have one night, but I'm the same. I won't go down there. I mean,
I'll happily don't get me wrong. I'll happily go and sit in Lava, and I'll look over at Veronica's and go, there it is.
Watch the carnage
whilst I'm enjoying a nice drink and a beautiful. It's one of those things. And it's not because there's anything wrong, but I couldn't go and stand in the middle of it. I'm too big and I'm too old now. That's
exactly how I feel. I feel like the same thing.
So you've had a big year in terms of gigs as well. You've done a lot of the festivals, haven't you?
Yeah.
Any favourites out of them?
Favourites, I will probably say it. The one I really liked was at Lagoon with Lost Frequencies, because I was always a big fan. I was hoping he'd bring Callum Scott with him, because all his tracks is Callum Scott on his new last two.
Yeah.
But he didn't. But it was great to see him and meet him, and he was such a nice guy. You know what I mean? Really humble, and he came over to me and said hello without me going over and hounding him. I thought that was a nice touch. He's a nice guy. You know what I mean? The amount of people he hangs around with and travels the world. You know what I mean? He could be, up himself, but he wasn't.
Do you find that do you find that the more famous people are, the nicer they are, and it's the ones that are up and coming that tend to have that?
Sometimes. But some of them, I've met, mention no names, but some of them have been like real shocking, really disappointing. I saw them in a different way.
Yeah.
But it depends. Some of them are really big and they're nice, and some of them are really big and they're horrible,
Who's the most famous person in your phone?
Nathan Swift.
Just stop it. Who's the second most famous person in your phone?
I don't know, really. I've got a few. Let me think of everything. Probably Craig David, maybe.
Could you literally just call Craig? Go, all right, Craig.
No, I wouldn't ring him now. No.
Well, not now. I'm saying, but
no. What it is I'm starting to do. I'm trying to hook up with him and do this, do a marriage record with him. So that's on the cards.
Wow.
So but I've got a few people, but Craig David's one of my faves. You know what I mean? He's brilliant. I've always looked up to him, and I respect his vocal style.
Flip it on its head. Have you ever had a famous person ring you and you look at the screen and go, why are they calling?
Yeah, Todd Terry's done it to me all the time. And I even sometimes I go, what the hell was he ringing me for? But he's such a nice guy, you know what I mean? He's just so down to earth. It's great,
You just had a little trip over to Ibiza as well, haven't you?
Yeah, it was good to see him again as well. Yeah, Pasha, that was amazing. That was. What a place.
And Ibiza is so much different to Tenerife in the way it is. But do you feel that
Yeah.
Tenerife's got its own little corner of that market now.
They have. It's getting better. But like when I showed Aaron, like even Ocean Beach, and I showed him their production, I said sometimes you think Tenerife has got up their game a bit. You know, it's just another world. I thought it was amazing what they did in the lagoon, but it's like another level. You know what I mean? It's incredible. Things hanging from, cranes going over and bringing. I mean, they do the effort in lagoon, but it's not like that.
I think a lot of that's a money thing as well.
Yeah,
because when you're paying and not
major
but when you're paying a lot of money for a drink,
yeah,
the money's there to make, and then there's a gap between what's accessible to people.
No, you're right. That's why they don't do it, is because it's the money thing.
Well, exactly. If you did that at Lagoon, and then suddenly people going, well, I can't go there. I can't afford to pay €15 a drink, and they're not going to.
No,
they're not going to. Whereas actually, you want an event full of people enjoying themselves.
Nobody moans in Ibiza, just pay it. You know what I mean? But I was like, the prices, I was just like, unbelievable.
It is ridiculous, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
It's like, here, take my left leg.
My God, I was in shock.
But things like Lagoon, again, that's another way that Tenerife's evolved. Is
it's definitely bringing out a different side of the island, 100%.
I think they're only good things, and the fact that they should be kept accessible to people as well and not priced out the market
that's when they mess up.
Is the way to do it. So, what does the future hold for Leon Cormack in the immediate? Because obviously we're going into what the rest of the world would deem as the winter, and obviously things quieten down here. Festivals and that are going to be a lot less. Yeah. Have you got a line of concentration that you've got for the next few months?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been, always kicking myself saying, because you get used to singing every night and then you get a bit lazy and you can't be bothered to get in the studio, and I hate that feeling. So now I'm kind of getting myself back into it, going where I'm excited to get in. I'm going to either dedicate to me and do an album my own time rather than producing other people. And I thought, but I haven't done that for years. So I think I might do like a little 4-track EP and try that out, test the water. But then I've got loads of things with Scott as well. So I'm always busy.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, oh God, I've got half projects finished. And I sit in the house and go, oh God, it gives me anxiety because I need to finish it. I don't know which one to start. And I don't know, and I'm going, I can't just pull ideas from the sky. So it's like, it's frustrating.
You've got away with it so far.
I have. I go through stages. I go through like going bang, and I'll do like 3 tracks in a week, and then I'll have like writer's block, and I've got months. You know what I mean? And I'll go, oh come on, Leon, sort it out. Kick myself.
You'll be all right. You'll always be all right.
Yeah. So I'll get it. It's coming back anyway. My mojo's coming back, and I'll be back in the studio.
I think it's difficult for everything though in terms of mojo. You've got, because you have to stay motivated, but you've got to have that drive behind you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it's about.
And as soon as something good happens. Then you just feel motivated with it. I find that in what I do. Even with DJing at home, and you've only got to have one challenging gig, and you turn around and go, "Oh, I can't."
Yeah, it puts you off. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be like that. And the next one you go to, it's banging, and then you're back.
I'll leave today. I'll walk out the studio today, and I will sit and I will go through the whole 3 hours and turn around and go, "What could I have done better there? What should I have done there? What should I?" Because that's just the way you are. That's who you are. You care, don't you? That's the thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I want to wish you all the best for the awards.
Thank you very much,
not that you need it, if I'm honest, because win or lose, you'd be no better or worse off for it.
Thank you very much. Very appreciated, mate. Good luck to all the others. I tell you that, because they're up there. I tell you.
Do you know what? Good luck to everybody involved, and also to everybody attending and supporting as well.
Everybody.
I did have a little bit. I wouldn't call it a rant because it wasn't a rant, but it does annoy me when I see people that don't have good things to say about it, and you can see the line that they're coming from, and the line they're coming from is a good line. It's it's maybe that they feel that they've been unfairly treated, or the fact that they haven't got whatever it is. I've never understood it, and it's not the be all and end all.
Exactly.
It's just a lovely thing to be a part of, and even if that just involves turning up.
There's no need for any negativity, you know what I mean?
Absolutely
not. Enjoy the day and get on with it,
You've had many years up there enjoying it, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. I have crawling out there.
Well, you won't be the first, and you definitely won't be the last, I'd imagine, as well. But listen, thank you so much for popping in this afternoon. I look forward to getting some more music off you, because you sent me some a long time ago.
Yeah, I definitely saw it.
Absolutely forgot to download it, so I never got the dance version of oh no, you sent me the drum and bass version.
Yeah, Yeah, but Iris.
of Iris.
Yeah.
Because I heard it, Rory played it, it was incredible, and I went, I need this. You
Oh,
sent
yeah,
it
I'll
to
send
me.
you that, no
Yeah,
worries.
didn't download it because I'm an idiot. But Leon Cormack, congratulations on your
Thank
nomination
you
for
very
Best
much,
DJ.
mate. Thank you.
I wish you all the best with
And
it.
thank you very much for having me. And it's amazing to see you again.
Listen,
Mate.
thanks for coming in and making this studio a lot better looking.
WTF is this station. This station is the winning Tenerife Fun Station. That's who we are.
Leon Cormack, done. He's a good looking man.